Hello, y'all on YouTube. This is Rob from Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today I have a very interesting review impressions of a knife that I've had a chance to carry for a little bit that I really like. It was one of those finds that seemed to be kind of a hidden sleeper. You know what I mean? This is the CMB Knives Spear, and this is in titanium with carbon fiber inlay. Beautiful little knife here. It's made with the CPM S35VN steel. We can see that right here. CPM. Oh, I guess we'll have to read it this way. S35VN steel. Can you see that? Right. And it does have a hole fuller right here. It's a thumb. It's a flipper, but there's no stimpling on here, which makes you think, well, is this going to be difficult to deploy? It does have a beautiful milled deep pocket carry clip. Definitely very deep pocket carry clip. You can see that for the deep carry. There is a lanyard hole on this one, but you know what? It's out of the way and it's not prioritized, so I don't care. I don't really care for them, period. So if they didn't have it, it would probably have been better. But it works for this knife very well. It's got a titanium backspacer. You can see this beautiful kind of shredded carbon fiber here that works in here. It's got contoured scales, definitely contoured and chamfered on the edges, so not very sharp, which makes this very comfortable. And so let's go ahead and flick this. So you can see this beautiful spear point edge here. Comes to a very sharp tip, very sharp edge. It's a very low, it's a very thin edge, if you will, as you can see that. So I'm guessing it's around 25 degrees or higher. So it does make it a little bit challenging to sharpen and to strop. I may reprofile this edge to get it a little longer edge and allow it to be a little bit sharper, but it does come down to a very thin edge down here. It's a flat grind. It does have a nice swedge on top that does complement it. It's, you know, you can definitely see it's a little thicker, so it's not a super thin blade, if you will, but definitely has some substance to it. This beautiful hole fuller really allows for usage, and you can see the frame lock here on this engages a good, 30%? Yeah, maybe 40%. Easy access, you can see right here. So that makes it really nice and easy to access, drops really wonderfully. And this flipper, I would recommend like a push button. That works really well. I mean, you can do light switch, definitely works, but it's like a push button light switch. I put my finger here, pressure, goes down and really deploys very well. Now, the fuller, definitely you have to get your finger, a little bit of your meat of your finger or nail in there. I have no problem doing that. So it's very easy to deploy this knife like that. Very easy. Even left-handed, really easy to deploy. What really I enjoy is that it's a very thin frame lock. As you can see, it's high up here. You see that usually in custom higher-end knives. And I like that because that means when I'm over here, when I'm over here, I can deploy that with my thumb right here. I don't usually have to grab the clip all the way down here to do that. And so that really allows that to work. It does deploy really easily with my left hand on the flipper. So that's really nice, and do enjoy that quite a bit. Now, if we look inside, it doesn't look like there's any milling, right? So if you can see that, it doesn't look like any milling. But these these carbon fiber inserts go all the way through. You can see that on the inside. So that's where I think some of the weight reduction has occurred with the carbon fiber inlays. That's nice. It's a very thin, if you will, deep pocket carry clip. I don't know if you can see this. We have to get a little close, but there is some slight texturing on here, slight milling on this titanium frame. It's ever so subtle. You can even see it on the deep pocket carry clip. Can we? Yeah, deep pocket carry clip as well. It's very subtle. A black kind of accents for the screws and the pivot. It looks like it is a captured pivot right here. I haven't taken this apart and tuned it because I haven't needed to. It's the action. It's just fantastic. Works really well. I like this a lot. It's such a unique blade design, and I find this rather enjoyable to carry. So this is not one that I have not gotten bored of. I really enjoy this quite a bit. I've used it a bit, as you can tell. I've had a little something on here still, but really great blade. Really great blade. And the cost wasn't terrible at all. Now, they have one of these in a DLC or PVD coated. I got this from White Mountain Knives, and if you know some of the people who have affiliate links, I would recommend you use some of their discount codes. You can get a little better discount. I don't have any affiliates. I'm not monetized, so that's not something that I do at this point. Maybe in the future, but right now, I would definitely recommend checking some of those other wonderful YouTube channel knife YouTube channels out that deal with white mountain knives and have their affiliates. Definitely some great folks to watch. I'm sure if you're watching me, you're probably already watching those. And if you're not, well, some other great content out there to check out. Definitely worth maybe a few minutes of your time to look at. Um, Again, I like this. Very smooth, very strong execution for that flip. I have no problems with it. Drops beautifully. It's also very easy to front flip with the thumb here as well, and it's reverse flip. Really do enjoy that. Very hard to fail for me, um, as long as I get my finger in there. Left-handed is always a little challenge, because I'm not left-handed, but it works really well for me. So I like that. Especially I like to switch hands to deploy. The carbon fiber I think is nice. Let's take a quick look here. You can see some of that beautiful design on there in the contour. Look at the back spacer right here. I think that's really nice. And we can see the wonderfully centered blade up here. Really nice. Can we get that? Let's focus on that. There we go. All right, let's take a look at this wonderful blade right here. Comes to the CMB little logo right there, and that's kind of etched in. That's nice. If you look over here, pretty. Not a whole bunch of billboarding on this blade, which I think is really nice. Even this S35VN is right there, kind of very subtle. So, very, very nice blade. I mean, I think this is one of those true hidden gems that if you're looking for a knife and this aesthetic appeals to you, I really recommend this knife. I think it's a great little knife to add to your collection. The action, everything is really great. I'm not disappointed at all. For the price, I think it's a good knife. So if you have any questions or comments, maybe feel free to leave them down below. I would love to hear from you about maybe ideas for other unboxing and reviews and impressions. I'd love to share that as well. So we can do that in the future. I don't think have I done my measurements? I don't think I have. So let's do that real quick. My goodness. All right, so the blade is 4.06 ounces. So there we go. 4.06 ounces. Not too heavy, but not too light. Let's get some measurements over here. All right, so we're looking at probably 3 3/4 of an inch cutting edge. And then, if you go from the tip to the very base over here, it could be theoretically almost a 4-inch blade, but it's not quite. It's probably more like, maybe just under 3 3/4. So that's not bad. Overall length of the knife is going to be 8 3/4, almost 8.5. So, and the overall length of the handle where your hand goes in, it's just over 4 inches. So definitely get a full grip on there. So if you have medium to medium large hands, you'll no issues. Even extra large hands, I think, will be perfectly fine. Mine are medium in width and large in width and medium in length. So I definitely have plenty of room on here. Not really a choke up knife. There's not a whole lot of jimping to keep you from sliding, so I wouldn't recommend that. But it works really well like this, I think. So that's really great. Let's go ahead and measure the blade stock thickness, because it doesn't look like it's super thin, but it doesn't look like it's super heavy. So we'll measure right here. So 0.15. So that's a pretty stout blade right there, right? But it does come down to a very thin edge. If we go all the way down here, I think this might be worth just taking a look. Yeah, so you're down to 0.03. It gets really thin, and I can only imagine how thin the edge is. I don't normally measure this, but this might be, 0.02. So I'm not a great person at measuring all this stuff, but it feels super thin. I like it a lot. Really great little knife. Again, I said it's highly recommended. I'd love to hear more comments from you guys, questions about the knife, anything I can bring into these reviews, impressions. But I really like this. I really like it a lot. Great. It fits well in the pocket, easily in and out, doesn't snag or catch. All the benefits of a knife that I really enjoy. So, and it doesn't hurt that that if you will, the hardware, carbon fiber hardware, whatever, just fits in really nicely and is kept in there, I think, from the inside screws to hold it in place. So I think that's really cool. All right, that's going to be it for my review of this knife. Definitely going to be one of my recommended knives for sure. It's not quite a budget knife, but definitely a recommended knife. Really, really like it. Check it out at White Mountain Knives. If you like this review and you enjoyed this, would you please consider hitting the subscribe or the like button? I sure would appreciate it. And if you like this content and want to be notified of upcoming content, please hit that notification button. Also, if you enjoy my content, maybe check me out over on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. That's robs_nerdy_knives. Hey, thanks so much for watching today and have a great day and a great week. Bye.